Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Yanni Rude.
And I'm just Terrell. You ever been out somewhere and overheard two people having crazy conversations?
Yeah, well, we are those people. We've been having these conversations since college.
Yep, it's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts podcast. King's Court, episode 6 recap. Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, and leave a review.
6 episodes in. How you feeling?
Same as I felt 5, 4, 3, 2. What episodes in? I will say that I do like Titus and Carlos.
Uh-huh.
Right? Tyson, I don't think is there for a relationship, but it's just an interesting kind of show. I just don't get it. I prefer the other reality shows where no one's a celebrity.
So, okay, because here's the question I got to ask you in this one too, right? Because to your point, Tyson is the eye candy, right? And especially for a lot of the women there. And then you've got Carlos and Titus that you're saying, oh yeah, you feel you like them, right? So they're getting shown in a good light here.
Yeah.
Tyson's coming off as the bad guy. He's the heel. He's the villain, right? In this one, just because he's still in his Playboy ways. But do you think the things that are happening on this show would still happen if the 3 kings were not celebrities? Would the women still go, yeah, I'll sign up on that list?
Yes, I think they would. Have you watched The Bachelor? Have you watched The Bachelor?
Of course not.
Yes.
I hated you for making me watch that show.
Yeah, I'm just saying yes. I think they would. Those, because there's out of that group, there's going to be some that are looking for a relationship, and there's going to be a lot of them that are looking for followers and subscribers. So they would go on those shows.
Well, so these kings shouldn't feel too special, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Tia says, "Hey y'all, so glad to catch y'all after I watched the episode." I know, and you know, okay. Noted. I got you. Got
but we're going an hour later than we normally would on a Monday, just so we can make sure you have time to watch the show. This was strategic.
That's exactly why we did it. This is exactly why we did it. Sure. I don't think they even believe that. Let's get to it, man. You know, when this episode picks up, we see Felicia and Tyson. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this because when you see her whole focus is on Tyson. Thaddius asked her to take a picture because everybody's out by the pool, and she's like, "Yeah, sure." And then everybody lines up for the picture. She's like, "Oh, she's in it? Nah, I'm good."
Yeah,
done right. Extra petty or what?
No, done right. Now, if she had a connection with Thaddius, she would have took the picture.
No.
If Tyson would have asked her to take the picture, she would have did it.
If she had a connection with Thaddius was taking a picture with Ariel next to him, so she wouldn't have taken a picture. And that's the only reason she didn't take the picture is because Sarah was in it. Because if Sarah wasn't in it, she wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, I think if Tyson asked her to do it, she'd have been like, okay.
Is that because of the way they were sitting having a couch conversation?
The way she was straddling that man on the couch?
That she was ready.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was ready. Now, what do you think of this story when she said her ex waited until they were engaged to tell her he doesn't want kids?
That's jacked up. But you know what? And here's the thing. I believe the story because guys will do some dirty stuff like that. I mean, women too, but yeah. So people would do things. This is not a unique story, so I believe her, and it's bad. I felt for her in that moment because if that's what you want and you want to have kids, you know, but that's why you have these conversations early. You like to have them on the first date.
Yeah, get it out the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first message when I was on a dating app. Hey, I'm glad we connected. Do you want kids? You have kids.
What's interesting is if women ask guys that question and the guy likes the woman, the first thing they do is think, which way should I go? Because if she won't, don't answer for the other person, answer for yourself. Because you put yourself in this thing. And this comes up again later on this episode. But you know, something else that popped up was this love triangle with Carlos, Jennifer, and Janae, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, interesting thing is that Carlos is admitting that there were almost 3 eliminations, but he refused to say who the third person was. Good move?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't need to say who that third person was. Better just keep your cards close to the vest.
Right. Now, did you like what Jennifer did in that moment? Because Jennifer, Janae, and I forget who else was sitting there, but those are two that the cameras are focused on with Carlos, obviously because of this love triangle that they're trying to create. And Jennifer's like, "You can do whatever you want, Carlos. You can say whatever you want."
Yeah, now she's being petty, but I think Jennifer she knows that she is the perfect match based on the matchmaker for Carlos.
Yeah.
But instead of coming at it like, hey, let me try to really get to know him and explore, she's being messy because she knows how Janae feels.
But that's because Janae did this to herself by popping attitude. Janae was nice and sweet when we first started this thing. Episode 1, 2, 3, and maybe half of 4. As soon as somebody came in with as soon as the perfect match was mentioned,
right,
she changed.
Yeah, but every woman is that way. As soon as you get more and more women around you, they're not gonna like it. They're not gonna like them.
So if every woman jumps off a bridge, is she gonna do it too?
No, she would be the one pushing. She's not jumping. She's the pusher off the bridge.
Look, Classy B say Jennifer is childish. Would you not say the same about Janae? Janae's active. She dropped a couple notches, even in Carlos's eyes.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think she's been the connection from the beginning. She's been there, one of the originals, the OGs.
Oh my God!
So
you drew the early straw. You're not an OG.
She was one of the first ladies, first group.
Oh my God. Be careful with that term, first ladies. They take that seriously. Yeah. Tasha says, I'm over Jennifer. She clearly likes Tyson, but is hedging her bets with Carlos. Yeah, we're going to get to that too, because that was pretty interesting. What did you think about Jennifer saying that Janae, this is what we've seen, right? And I just mentioned this, the fact that she was nice early. There's a mean side that Carlos hasn't seen yet. And one of the things I think Jennifer is going to try to do is try to get Janae to reveal that mean side in front of Carlos. You like to say it's a competition. Great strategy or not?
I'm not gonna say it's a great strategy. I think just win on your own merit. Leave it at that. Don't try to make someone else look bad. But I tend to agree with Janae that Jennifer's kind of the problem.
Okay. That's interesting. Interesting. You know who doesn't think so? Tyson. Like, he's not even supposed to be in this equation, but he keeps putting himself in there. So they take all the ladies and the kings out to the vineyard, right? And then they let them know, hey, you're going to meet some other folks. I like how they didn't tell them that first.
Yeah.
Because then you realize that when certain people, the way they were dressed, like, oh, wait a minute, what? But
yeah, Sarah. Yes. Sarah's like, that skin tight dress. I'm glad it's not his mom.
Yeah. Let's go through with each king and everybody that came to them, right? Like, let's start with Carlos, who brought his brother Charles. Great choice.
Yeah, his brother knows him really well. He got a chance to talk to the 3 people that Carlos is pursuing. I like he asked Janae, how she feel about stepping into that stepmom role, and said she'd be fine. And then I'm assuming Carlos gave him a little bit of a heads up because he asked Janae, is there any jealousy in the house? And of course, she's like, yeah, there is. That chick.
The one that's sneaking over here right now.
The one that's about to come interrupt us, that's the problem.
It's like, what's so interesting about that? Like, see, he asked the question, she's answering, and the producers go, now, go.
Yeah.
Because in comes Jennifer, and she interrupts, can I get a few moments with them?
Yeah. This is where Jennifer's messy to me, because here
we go.
She said that Carlos is a little reserved, which I don't think he is. And she goes, she wants him to take first steps and initiate.
Compared to Tyson, yes.
And then she can rise up to the level he wants her to be at. Stop it. Just stop. She wants to be pursued by both.
Right.
Carlos and Tyson, and have all the power. That's what she wants.
So interesting because she knows she's not Tyson's match. She's attracted to Tyson, but he's chasing her.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a great point. That is a great point. Yeah, she does. And she did say she was waiting her turn to get to know Carlos. Is she though?
No, not really. I mean, she's interjecting herself around Carlos quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that she's waiting her turn; she's going after it.
Now, we almost forgot her, but Edelweiss, who sounds like she was she says that she's a runner, and I wonder, was that to her detriment to make that kind of confession? Because it sounds like she wanted to be upfront, honest, and all right, let me give you a little bit more about me.
Yeah,
but does that hurt to say something like that?
I mean, it does, because you got to add more context to that. Mm-hmm. You just can't say, hey, when things go south, I run, I bounce, because that's negative. So I don't think it helped her that much. And it's funny, she thinks that Carlos is the only one that's worth going for. That's because she shot her shot at Tyson, and Tyson was like, nah, you too old. Not interested.
Yes. Now, when they had the assessment, Carlos and Charles after, Charles said Edelweiss gives him friend vibes with Carlos, right?
Right.
And then Carlos brought up the whole runner thing, said that could be a red flag.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could be, but she didn't go in enough detail. That was the problem.
Now, with Janae, the red flags that popped up there, were there any? Because it feels like Carlos doesn't see any.
Yeah. Well, so what Charles was saying is, with Janae, is it like the honeymoon phase right now? Everything is good,
right?
But where's some real stuff that they might have? Now they've had a couple, I would call it a disagreement, I wouldn't call it an argument, but they've had some things where they had to have some communication to work through, and I think Janae has shown that. And with Jennifer, he was like, there could be something there deeper, but he doesn't know.
Yeah. She's supposed to be his perfect man. I think that intrigues him, right? Like, he knows. Here's the thing, and I could be completely wrong, but I think he knows that she's more into Tyson, and Tyson's more into her, but she's supposed to be his perfect match. He should explore this, right? Shouldn't he?
Well, anybody would, because if you have a matchmaker who has an 86% success rate of matching people and getting people married, you would think that, okay, this person they brought to me, this isn't like her homegirl from church that she brought to the king's court.
We don't know.
Right, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of research and work into that. So I think anybody, if they were told, hey, I know you got your third date with that guy, but this matchmaker has an 86% success rate, has matched you with the perfect guy based on your profile, his profile, background, education, family, morals, all that, you're going to be curious and want to explore it.
Now, Tasha in the Desert says Jennifer actually would look good with Carlos's brother.
I don't think he's famous enough. Jennifer wants to be taken care
of. Lucy B says Carlos was unrecognizable in those shades. His bushy brows usually define his face. Did you? I thought it looked just like him.
I wasn't paying attention to all that.
I guess
looking at Carlos.
We never look at his eyebrows. I guess that's what
I don't look at his eyes. I'm just what would I have to say about that? Yeah, I see your point, because I was thinking, I don't know.
I was trying to catch you in there, but you didn't. Okay, good. You didn't take the bait. Lucy B also said, I'm almost sure Idlewise made that name up for the show. Stop it. But it's a very old European name, though. Stop it. Be messy. Tyson brought his best friend, Trevor. They've been friends. I couldn't figure it out. They said 15 and they said 20. Which one was it?
Let's just call it 17 and a half.
It's interesting that Sarah was the first one up, right? We found out a little bit more about Sarah. I mean, when I say a little bit more, I mean literally a little bit more. We found out that she's Persian.
Yeah, Persian and very loving and wants to protect you. That's what Persian women do. She thinks Tyson's really conflicted with some of the other ladies, which, fair. I can see that. Now, did you catch the lie when Trevor asked, how do you feel about the attention he gets from other women?
Mm-hmm.
And she says she's fine with that because it's up to the guy. If he wants to turn up, then turn up. Lying.
Well, yes, of course it's not ideal, but her thing is, look, she's kept saying this throughout the entire season so far. She wants to be pursued. She doesn't chase a man. Wrong show. Wrong show.
You need to go on The Bachelorette.
Yeah, exactly. This is the wrong show. What'd you think about Felicia being very open about not her last relationship, but her situationship? Because that can be, an orange flag or close to a red flag to any guy when they hear that you were in a situationship.
Well, we've all had situationships. I think what made Felicia bad is just you're boring. He asked you, what do you like about Tyson? It's obvious. Okay. Elaborate on that. Tell me more about that. And then again, everybody has situationships. I don't understand why you call it situationship. Just say, I've dated a few people, didn't work out.
Yeah.
Because when you say situationships, it sounds more Will and Jada, like you were messing with a married person.
So, and I guess, okay, I'll ask you and I'll ask the ladies, I'll ask you. Let you answer while they answer. Ladies, if a guy says to you he was in a situationship, is that a bad thing? Or do you just go, okay, whatever? Like Terrell just said, everybody's been in one. And Terrell, you go on a date and you ask the person, what was your last relationship? Well, it was really a situationship. Does that knock it down a couple notches? Or you're just like, whatever, it's before me?
I mean, it does let me know it's a possibility I could win at the end of the night.
This could be a good night.
So what you're saying is there's a chance.
What you're saying is that another round.
Shots. Tequila.
YouTube channel member Karen says red flag. Lucy B says as long as he's not currently in it. I'm assuming that means it's okay as long as he's not currently in it. And Tia says, hold up. I mean, who ain't in a situationship? Married people.
I'm not. Now, been in one. She does that.
Oh, okay. Oh, been in one. Okay, yeah.
But even when I've been in situationships, I would never tell someone I had a few situationships last year, but nothing serious. I would just say, hey, I've dated some, just didn't work out. But when you add the situationship, it's kind of makes the person have to ask more questions that they probably don't want the answers to.
Okay. So is situationship better to say than, well, I was in a serious relationship with somebody who was in a more serious relationship? I was to say here, how long did it last? My sister was in one for a year. Does the length matter?
No, I mean, for me, situationships, it's like a 30, 45-day shelf life.
So size doesn't matter. I got you. Let's move on. Thaddius. He brought LaRonda and Ricky, who he described as just friends, right? And he did say LaRonda was like a mom to his kids, like a second mom to his kids. And we get to find out a lot more, especially when Kalia sits down.
Yep.
We found out that LaRonda is really Dad's ex and now his best friend.
Yeah. Ex-fiance. Not just ex-fiance and bonus mom to his kids. Yeah. So that's huge, right? And I think it is huge. Because we know those things happen, but just off jump, you're going to be like, wait a minute. That's a lot.
Are you not friends with anybody you used to date?
I am friends with people I used to date. I wouldn't bring them on the show to evaluate someone I'm trying to date now.
They know you better than anybody else.
I wouldn't bring them on the show to evaluate someone I'm trying to date now. No.
What about off the show? Would you do it?
There's no way I would do that. Now, I've had people I've dated that years ago, and we could be in the same place, same room, even in my house. We could have like a function, and they're there, and I could have my girlfriend there, and it's not a big deal but it was so long ago. It wasn't ex-fiance.
Yeah,
that's different. It was situationships.
But ex-fiancés know that the decision's been made. We ain't going back across that bridge again.
Well, you never know. I mean, we've seen some of these shows. I forget the one where the people in their 60s or whatever, and oh boy, they had that girl that he dated and had a baby with, but they're just friends.
Yeah, they're just
but
friends.
She just pops up all the time at his house.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he would just say, hey, let's get back together, she'd have been down. So I think that's going to be in the back of Kalia's head. It's like, is there a chance? I get what y'all are telling me right now, but how many women have heard that story? That's my ex. We're just good co-parents.
Yeah.
We're only friends. Nothing's happening. Then you start finding
they're only fans.
you start finding some strands of weave in the bed that don't match your weave, and you're like, wait a minute, whose hair is this?
Who bought this hair?
Yeah.
Queen Bean says Thaddius is asking a lot for a woman to put up with an ex who's heavily in his life. It's weird. Agreed?
It's not that it's weird, it's unconventional. And I think that's the difference, right? I mean, just again, off the jump, hearing it, it's a lot. But when you think about it on the bigger scale of things, it's not that big a deal.
It really isn't.
But when you're just hearing about it, you're like, whoa, this is a lot.
Tia says they tried to gaslight my homegirl, Dr. Kalia, and I ain't here for it. And Lucy B says, I like Thaddius, but I absolutely hate when men test me. I'll purposely fail. Interesting. Purposely fail just to see how they react after. This ain't school. Don't give me a test.
Yeah, I mean, it's TV though. I think they're only giving. I can't imagine Thaddius in his personal dating life would be testing people. I just think it's for the show. They have to do this stuff for the show because I agree, it doesn't make sense. They're dealing with adults. These aren't like people all in their 20s.
Yeah,
out of college and just girls gone wild type of deal.
So the thing that was interesting to me, and tell me if you, I'll ask, what did you think when she was asked, what attracts you to Thaddius? And she said, he speaks in exclamation points. What does that mean?
He's loud.
He's loud. He's up front. I'm trying to understand what that meant. by the way, I'm gonna mess this all up. But Gouda Tamana says, I didn't like that Thaddius didn't tell her or anyone this until the meeting. I think it gives more suspicion to their relationship. Plus, it's not honest, as this will affect the relationship dynamic. He told her right there, though. Hey,
no, he didn't tell her.
Okay, no, he
didn't. No, he didn't tell her. Yeah.
My bad. I try to look out for you.
How do y'all know each other? And that's when she said, well,
that's what an intelligent woman does.
Exactly. Because Dr. Clay is smart. Yeah. Tell me, I'm picking up some energy right here. Tell me about that.
Now, this is a great point that Tasha does bring up too, especially about the test part. She said that's what she hasn't liked about Thaddius. Too many tests. Stop it. I think that's all him and not producers. So Tasha's saying he'll probably do this in real life too.
It's possible. I mean, I don't know. I didn't even know who Thaddius was until we started doing this show.
Right.
So I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt to say he wouldn't do that. I hope he wouldn't do stuff like that in his regular dating life, behind, off camera. But I think a lot of this testing stuff is for the show.
Tia says, I'm a teacher. If I graded my kids on pop quizzes only, they would all fail. Give me the info up front and the answers too. That usually helps. And Lucy B says, I think production is editing Kalia to look crazy and possessive. You think so?
I wouldn't say crazy and possessive. She's very direct and she knows what she wants. But look at who we're dealing with. Compare Kalia to a lot of the other women on the show. She ain't about all these games and BS.
Right.
She's not even staying at the house. She's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm grown. I have a job. I got stuff to do.
No, she got a career.
Yeah, she got a career. But she's super smart, intelligent. She's not going to get down to the level of some of these other ladies are. And so I don't blame her saying, I'm about this. This is what I bring to the table. I see what I want. I'm all in. I like that about her.
And we'll have a lot more with her a little later on. But next up, Brianna got to sit down with Thaddius, LaRonda, and Ricky. And when they asked, well, she said she's not interested in any of the other kings because have you seen him without a shirt? To which LaRonda said, I have.
Well, Tyson's not tall enough to ride that ride. And she's not attracted to Carlos. So there's only one.
Good point. Good point. Interesting when Demi went up though. And you know, I don't even think. I don't even have a pic of her. But and you know, it would have only been good for about 10 seconds because when she got up there, she says she likes the way Thaddius looks at her. Mm-hmm. And when they ask why, she goes, "I'm blessed."
Yeah. Can you want to expound on that? I'm just blessed. And I'm just thinking, okay, you have no substance. You have nothing. Let's bring the table. Go ahead and just go to the elimination dinner right now. We'll meet you there.
You go ahead and start the appetizers.
Yeah. In fact, go help. Go help set up everything. I'll see you later tonight.
I didn't get that. I'm like, because if you're trying, okay, never mind. So Ariel, mm-hmm. She did at least give some real answers. Like, you know, he has a big heart and he's an authentic person.
Yeah. And he challenges her.
Mm-hmm.
That's a positive.
Right. And so I thought her answer was good too. Denitra, she said she wants kids, but is contemplating whether or not Thaddius is worth giving that up for. Immediate thought when you heard her say that.
You need to go on, follow Demi to the elimination and go help her set the table. I mean, because she's at a point in her life, right?
Yeah.
You just can't let your eggs just sit. It's not like guys. We can have kids whenever.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to decide you want to be with a man that you just met on TV and say, you know what? I'm fine with giving up my dream of being a mom. No, girl.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
LaRonda wasn't buying it either. And just to point this out, Bree says she and Tyson are the same height. Shout out to Bree in the live chat. So said they're the same height. So he might be tall enough to her.
I still don't think so.
You weren't there. How are you going to say that?
I'm just saying.
He literally stood next to him.
What I'm seeing on TV, I feel like Brianna comes across taller than maybe just because the Tyson's actions. It makes me be a little judgy towards him.
That's what it is.
I knock him down a couple inches.
Oh, dear God. The assessment. So that is getting to talk to LaRonda and Ricky about, okay, let's talk about the ladies. Demi, that was quick. Like, yeah, no depth, right?
Yeah.
When it came to Denitra, I like Thaddius. Stevie Wonder can see how fine that lady is.
Well, they don't believe that she doesn't, that she's willing to not have kids, which is very fair.
Right. I didn't believe her. Right. Yeah. I did not believe her. Now, when it came to Kalia, what did they say here about it? Because she's not in LaRonda's top 3.
Yeah, because they could tell by her body language she's not cool with how close he is with his ex-fiance. And I think his friend said that her representative will be okay with it, but deep down she wouldn't be.
So is that big? So we're knocking her for asking the question and bringing it out front for everybody. So what's this right here? How y'all know each other?
I don't think anybody's knocking her for asking the question. They're just knocking it to say, hey, I can tell physically her facial expression. She's not cool with this.
Right. No, she definitely wasn't.
Which I think we all saw that.
And what that is
Stevie Wonder.
She does not have a poker face. Now, interesting that what they said after that, because they really started going in on Thaddius after LaRonda and Ricky did, saying that, he falls in love too quick and doesn't do enough vetting. Can you see that?
I can't say I can see that because I just, haven't met the man. I'm just watching the show. I don't know, but I can relate because that's how I date.
Yeah.
I fall like a bag of bricks. You've seen it.
Yeah. But you also dump a bag of bricks in a heartbeat.
Well, yeah, I will release.
Catch and release. Queen Bee says, I like Kalia, but just know she will boil your rabbit if you cross her. Damn. I can see that too. That's a great way.
I don't see that.
You don't?
No.
Okay. When the representative is always brought forth, when that wall breaks, you can see it. So back at the house, they decided to have the talent show, right? Let's just jump to the talent show. Tyson announces that the talent show is going to be that night. No time to prep for it, unless, of course, they actually told him ahead of time. But Any of these talents stood out to you?
One I could have gone without was that spoken word poetry by Demi. I could have been without that. ChatGPT. If you're gonna try to write some poetry, ChatGPT.
What do you have against
poetry?
poetry?
I don't have anything against poetry.
Jeez.
I have something against that crap.
Everybody who has done a rhyme, you've had something terrible to say about it.
No, everyone that's done poetry that they wrote themselves. I was just like, why would you do this? It's just awful.
What do you think of Ariel and Denitra and then Thaddius?
Yeah, because he likes the fitness model thing. He likes the fact that they're fit. That's one thing he's really attracted to, I think, in both of them.
Yeah.
So I think that's great. Allison singing, though, I think won.
Yeah. It's, well, to be fair, one, she's a professional opera singer. So that she was already loaded. She's got performance enhancing drugs in this talent show.
I know she's a professional opera singer, but that was my first time hearing her sing. And I said, I think she did a great job. So yeah, nothing wrong with that.
No, she definitely did a great job. And hate to say it, but Felicia was a hater, wasn't she?
Haters are gonna hate. It's a show. It's a competition.
I knew you were going to bring that competition.
Hey,
but she's competing for the same man. Oh,
Ray Lewis hated Eddie George.
I take that back. They are, because Allison's supposed to be Tyson's match. Now it makes sense. All right, I take it back.
Yeah, but I mean, she knows what we all know. Tyson's not picking Allison.
No, he's not. We already know that.
Yeah.
What'd you think
she knows that.
What'd you think of Carlos and Jennifer making waffles?
Yeah, that conversation. Hey, cute, making waffles together. I think that's a great date. Just making breakfast with your partner. But here's where I got to laugh. And Jennifer said that she learned not to go down to guys' levels and have them rise to hers, because she said that her mom used to tell her that she was a runner. She is normally gone for the bad boy and wants more.
Yeah.
And so Carlos says, "You know what? I love your reflection." And she goes, "What?" He's like, "I like how you think."
It was interesting to me that she would ask Carlos if monogamy was important, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Yeah, well, I'm 42, so I don't lust anymore."
Well, you're not the NBA star you used to be, traveling on the road and having groupies all around you. So it's better. You can be tame now, but you're probably breaking backs back in the day, and that's fine.
Remember, somebody brought that up because when they went searching early in the early episodes.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it. You know, if I could, I wouldn't know what if I was a 21-year-old NBA player making millions of dollars. Yeah, I'm not going to be faithful. So I'm just being honest. I don't know. I couldn't be able to handle it. I can't fathom handling that at 20, 21 years old.
True. Yeah.
Coming from the small place that he came from to now being at the Bulls.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Now, he did say that Jennifer doesn't speak loud, but what she says is loud. Was that poetic enough for you?
Not really, but that's what he feels. It's great. He also says she gives off hippie vibes, but when you get to know her, she's really deep. Is she, though?
Okay. I'm almost afraid to ask you this. But when she was describing the juiciest burger versus the nice green salad with salmon and light dressing, what did you think of her saying that?
She said, choose between the juiciest burger with everything on it.
Oh, I left that off. My bad.
Yeah, with everything on, because that's different. There's a juicy burger, but you throw on a little egg, an avocado, some bacon, some lettuce, tomato, onion, pickles. I thought it was a funny comparison that Tyson's juiciest burger and Carlos is a boring salad with salmon and light dressing.
But she did say that's good for you.
Yeah, she said that's healthy.
But you really want, yeah.
Yeah, that's healthy for her. She goes, but that burger is looking mighty tasty.
And Tyson's going, yes, because he's thinking the exact same way.
As a person on my own weight loss journey, I can totally relate, because there's so many times I don't want to eat a salad, but I'm doing it. So I get her point, but I still think that if the matchmaker said Carlos is your person, to me, that's who you should be focused on.
Well, to quote one of your favorite singers from your favorite CDs used to put on the play when you had company, his mind's telling him no. Or her mind's telling him no. Hey,
Yeah.
Janae in this moment too, though, she's giving us some insight as to why she doesn't like Jennifer. And I almost feel like you agree with Janae, because from what you've said so far, you're thinking right on the same lines as Janae.
I do. I agree with Janae. Janae feels like Jennifer is a snake. She comes off super sweet and nice, but she's really not that. Now, Jennifer, if you're watching, I'm not calling you a snake. All I'm saying is I feel like your really sweet, nice, innocent persona is your representative. That's your mask. It's not the real you.
Isn't that the same thing Janae did until the matchmaker was brought in? She was nice, sweet, cool, calm, because she had Carlos to herself.
Yeah.
And
anybody
that the script.
In my experience, I'll just say this, in my experience, anybody that comes across super sweet and nice and all that, but yet all their relationships have been all this drama, drugs, cheating, all kind of stuff, I'm like, I'm not buying it.
So you need somebody to cuss you out every once in a while, huh?
No, I'm just saying I'm not buying it. I just don't buy that you're the sweet person, but every guy you date is an asshole. But you're super nice and sweet. Not buying it.
But that's not what she said.
No. That's what Jennifer is saying, that she comes off super sweet and nice, but she's not. She doesn't think she really is. And I agree with Janae.
Okay.
We'll find out.
We will.
I could be wrong.
Now, the live crew's fave, obviously, because the ladies are riding hard for Dr. Kalia. We see her with Thaddius in the gym. And she does admit that she was nervous meeting his friends, which anybody would be, right?
Right. Yeah, 100%. That's just how it is. And she said that when he asked her, how'd you feel about yesterday? She goes, on the surface, it was great, but I was nervous. And I like how, again, this is what makes, Dr. Kalia awesome. She's very clear and focused and has clarity that she knows what she wants. And it's Thaddius, and that he's going to be her husband.
Right. Speak it into existence, right? Isn't that what people say? Speak it into existence.
Claim it.
But is it genuine or an overachieving moment, as Thaddius was trying to determine?
I don't think so, because if it was an overachieving type moment, she'd be making these type of gestures in front of the other ladies too. And she's very chilled when she gets around the ladies. She's not a part of the drama.
Right.
She's just direct with him. We're one-on-one in the gym. Hey, just want you to know, me, you, this is where I'm at. Where are you at?
Did you catch that she was telling him, all right, come on, stretch first, hold it for about 15 seconds. In the very beginning, they started working out.
What are you referring to on that? It's just working out.
Yeah, just working out. But he's the one in the gym all the time. He should be the one giving her that advice, not the other way around.
Okay.
It could speak of something there. I'm just saying.
Did you like how she told him God has to put it in his heart, and it's up to him if he's going to drive to a decision and make a choice, because she's not going to wait forever.
Yes, because she's hey, I'm putting my cards on the table. I'm here for now. So go tell Ariel it's over. You're ready to kick the other girl out. It's good. Now do what you need to do. Elimination dinner was up, and guess who showed up there? Oh, let's put her back up there. Kalia, Denitra, Edelweiss, and Demi. Now, when I first saw these four women at the elimination dinner, my first thought was Kalia is going to be the only one staying, because remember, Carlos said they almost eliminated 3 last time. So I'm like, okay, they're going to throw a curveball here. They're going to do it. They're going to do the Tommy and throw us a curveball and eliminate 3. What did you think when you first saw these 4 women coming in?
When I first saw these 4 women coming in, I thought just kind of what I said earlier. Demi and Denitra, y'all just go ahead and just walk straight on out.
Don't even sit down.
Don't even sit down. Yeah, no, we didn't make you a plate. We're saving it. We're saving for the food of people who are staying. You guys to go. Here's a drink. All right. But I figured Edelweiss and Kalia were gonna make it.
You did? Okay. I didn't. And apparently Kalia's, we get to see A little bit. It's trying to. It's like let's see. Queen Bee said when Kalia speaks, it seems like she's fighting for her life not to go off, and that's almost how it felt at this elimination dinner when she was talking to Thaddius, because she's not just pissed, she's hurt.
Yeah,
because she's looking to Thaddius to cover and protect her.
Yeah.
Was she right?
Yeah, and well, she's right, but here's the problem. Thaddeus tells her one reason why she's here is because he wants to see how she responds in uncomfortable situations. That's that testing thing.
Yeah.
That's not cool to do to people.
Right.
You know, I think out of everybody, I feel like without this test, finger quotes, the way Kalia has carried herself,
yeah,
she would be fine.
Right.
In any situation. So
it was interesting to hear him say that. Now I understand, especially why the ladies in the live chat were saying, like, look, hey, I'm tired of these damn tests, because that was a bit much. You brought me here just for a test to see how I'd react. But he's explaining a little bit of that too, and we'll get to that. So Tashin Desert says, I felt the doctor on that. Another one of his stupid tests. Tiffany says, I hate the testing. And Lucy B says, if or when Kalia gets eliminated, she's going to flip the table and storm off.
I don't buy that.
Hey, I don't, all that rage would have been built up. It's about time.
Yeah. I don't buy that. You know, I'm a big fan of rage out on these shows. You want to get mad? I'm rooting for it, but I don't believe that she's going to do that.
What do you think of Carlos and Edelweiss? Because he asked her about her being a runner. Was the answer that she gave a good enough answer?
Not really, because I get where she was coming from, and maybe it could be a language barrier, but says she has to run to recover her self-worth. Now that's probably a situation that she was in that she had to run and get out of, which is different than saying, hey, we got into an argument because, you know, you squeezed toothpaste in the middle and I hate that, so I'm out. I mean, I think there's a big difference between running.
And that's why you got to be careful in how you describe things, right? Like situationship, runner, because those can be red flags for people. Just hearing that, just like, okay, never mind, and gone, right? And it almost feels like that. Now, Thaddius and Kalia still had more conversation, right? And he's saying, give me the raw version of how you feel about being here.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to hear him kind of tell her that, because it's like, here's the thing with LaRonda. He asked her about LaRonda again, and she's like, "Oh no, I accept it." Now he knows. He already told us he knows. But here she is again with the representative that he thinks that she keeps putting forward.
Yeah, and you know, he said that she's so polished. Of course she is. She's an educated Black woman. Yeah, she's polished. We expect her to sound like old Mississippi girl.
That was Doctor.
I know, but it doesn't matter. I'm just saying she is just polished. That's just who she is. There's nothing wrong.
He liked Dr. Shawana because he said he likes a little ratchet.
Yeah, but he said he tells her he wants to learn her, but doesn't want to feel like he's learning a new her every time. And again, this is where I think Dr. Kalia just impresses me. She said, your confidence about me may not match my confidence about you. And she said maybe God is trying to tell her to maybe pursue the other guys.
To which Thaddius goes, yeah, they don't want you.
Yeah.
I got you, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because she did say it was a misperception of her because she's so collected and confident. There's no facade here. You believe her, don't you?
I do believe her.
Yeah, there's something waiting to get out there, though. I'm waiting for that moment when it happens. I'm waiting for that moment. She's going to go off before the season's over. Elimination time, and Denitra's up.
Yeah.
That tells her they had an instant connection, but he's doing her an injustice by keeping her around. Agreed?
Agreed. But why is she crying? Because she knew he was going to do that.
Right.
He told her when they were just before the elimination, he was, yeah, so look, here's why. It's because I don't want any more kids. I know you do, and I'd hate to put you in a situation. So why are you crying? You knew he was about to do that.
And shouldn't it be? I mean, because again, this is why you asked the questions early, right? If you want kids, the other person doesn't. And just like LaRonda was saying, I feel like later down the road, she's going to try. She feels like she can make you change your mind.
Right.
If that's a deal breaker, that's what you want. You got to find somebody who wants to have it with you, not because somebody that you attracted to doesn't want to. Go, yeah, I could do that too. Right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I just don't think you get with anybody. If you don't want kids, don't date somebody who does want kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe if we fall in love, I might feel no, because then there's nothing worse than hearing people that had a baby to force someone else.
Right.
And then whatever reason the relationship doesn't work out. Now she's stuck by herself with a baby she didn't really want in the first place.
Right. Well, this would be the opposite in this one. Edelweiss was up and she was told you've been a ray of sunshine, but the running is a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all expected her to go home, right?
Nope. I didn't.
You didn't. I did. I thought she was going, but no. And you are not going home. Say what?
Yeah.
So she stays. Debbie, on the other hand, not so lucky, which you pointed this out earlier. There's no connection with anybody in the house.
No, there's really not.
The fact that she made it this far is wild with no connection.
Yeah, I agree.
And then, of course, Kalia and Thaddius says communication is key, as is authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
He still doesn't believe he's seeing all of her yet.
Is she seeing all of him, though? I mean, I think it has to be a little bit of both. You can't expect them to give you their all and y'all still be these celebrities. Because there's a real you when you're at home without the cameras and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Has he shown that to Kalia? If he has, and she's still giving representative vibes, I would agree with him.
I feel like, okay, and correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, Thaddius has given the most of himself on the show of all the guys. Like, he's been the most vulnerable.
If I had to rank them, Thaddius, Carlos, the producers, Tyson.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tiffany said it's only been 4 days. Damn.
It's a show. They need footage. They got stuff to do.
Hey, Tasha says a great point here. It's funny how the women's past behaviors are red flags, but Carlos brushed off his cheating in the past.
Well, that's because he said he found God. And like once you say you found God, all of a sudden it's all washed away.
Of course.
Right? That's from what I understand. You know, so I'm just saying, like, you don't hear too many people who don't use the God excuse and just say, you know what? I used to sleep around a whole bunch of people. And then one day I woke up and realized I should just stop doing that. And I became a good guy ever since. It's always like I found the Lord. He touched my heart and prayed for me. And so that's why Carlos is getting a pass.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
He used the God defense.
Before we get out of here, a couple comments from earlier, right? Queen Bean had said about the talent show, Allison played it perfectly. She came up with the idea for the talent show, then stole the show. Although Tyson still won't pick her anyway.
Yeah, but she stole the show for TV. So it's someone in the viewership is going to pick her for something, right? Could be business, could be some entertainment gigs, could be a relationship, but she can sing as well as she wants. Tyson's not going to pick her.
Tia was right there, said baby Vanessa Williams killed that.
She did.
Meanwhile, Lucy B's like, hey, Allison should pack her bags. Tyson looks at her like she's his auntie. You know, he's intrigued by the fact that she's an opera singer and he likes opera, but you're right. She is giving auntie vibes when around Tyson. That's what it looks like for real.
I get older cousin vibes. Not even auntie, just she's the older cousin.
Yeah. Wet and JoJo says, I have a question. In the real world, would these men date these ladies?
That's a good question. I don't know. And here's why I say I don't know. One of the benefits they have about this being a reality dating show is there's a whole lot of vetting that goes on when you're trying to bring people onto the show. Mm-hmm. You don't have that luxury if you're just out in the real world randomly meeting people. You don't get a chance to know what their intentions are and all that. So I don't think they would just off the street, be able to talk and connect with them, because I'm sure their guard is up when they're out in the public eye because you just don't know who to trust.
Right. Tasha and Desert says Tyson is the oldest but looks the youngest, and Carlos is the youngest but looks the oldest. Agreed?
Well, I mean, Carlos is just big and tall. I mean, dude's huge.
He is 6'9". Yeah. Let's see. I had one more here. Tiffany brought up the friendship with Tyson, with Thaddius and LaRonda, who said it would be okay with the ex depending on who broke up with who. You agree? Does it really depend?
I don't think it really does. I get her point. Because if Thaddius ended it, hey girl, you crazy, I would be thinking, okay, is she ever still going to try to get him back at some point?
Right.
And then vice versa. If she was the one that ended it and not him, is he going to be waiting for her to come take him back and then leave me? So right. I just don't think either one is good.
Right. Guda Tamana says, as far as Dr. Kalia, she's on TV. What makes Thaddius think she's going to act up when she's a pediatrician? Because that'll mess up her money.
100%. She's too smart for that. She ain't doing it stupid.
Right. Exactly. Because that's a great point. Even though he's like, even though he's like, he likes a little ratchet, she can't do that.
No, she can't.
You can't. By the way, Motown Investor says they got rid of all the dark-skinned women except the doctor that Thaddius is wasting time with. Did you notice that?
Well, no, Felicia's still there. It's got rid of Denitra and Demi. Who else is still there that fall in that dark skin category? I'm going to scroll to the top to look at the names of the people. I stand corrected. I mean, I'm trying. I was like, well, Felicia, she's a little.
There's some speculation going on in the live chat too. Motown Investor had some a theory as to what's going on with the whole Sarah and Tyson, but Tia kind of clears it up a little bit. Says no, that's not it. He's gonna see who her ex is, because remember she did mention early on that she had dated a very popular R&B singer. Didn't say who it was. Now we'll see if the chat was right, because they kind of told us who it was already, right? And we'll see if it's right.
That's if that's true. Because if that's true, that's even worse. Because I'm like, so how did you not know all this stuff was going on if you're seeing somebody? So I don't know if it could be R. Kelly. I don't know.
Yeah. And by the way, Tasha said, I was going to say it, but I wanted somebody else to say it first. Stop it. Felicia's not dark skinned.
Yeah, I know.
He was trying.
I was trying. I was like, let me think. And I was just like, oh man, might be right. My bad.
I just wanted to hear you say that, because when I bring it up, you think I'm playing the color card, not even the race card, the color card. So
I agree. You're right.
I'm glad somebody else brought it up, and you have to agree with them, and you don't have to worry about trying to just go against me immediately.
No, 100%.
Hey, so we still got. Let's see. Wednesday is gonna be Love Is Blind episodes 5 and 6. Love Is Blind UK. 5 and 6, and then Thursday Love Is Blind UK 7 and 8. So give me this again so we can get it out just on time, make sure everybody's ready to go. Do we need to give an extra hour like we did today for Wednesday so everybody can catch episodes 5 and 6?
You know me, I can go one way or the other.
Okay.
I'm flexible.
I'll do like the people do on in the meetings nowadays and on Teams meetings. We'll discuss that offline and come back with a solution. I hate when people say that.
I'll circle back with you after we have let's talk offline about that. And let's circle back with the rest of the group.
Who's going offline? What the hell is offline? Jeez, I hate that term so much. All right, sorry. Hey, appreciate everybody for hanging out with us today, man. Do us a favor, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. I am Yanni Rude.
And I'm Just Terrell.
Make sure you follow us at Yanni Rude, at Just Terrell, and at the RGRT Pod.
Yeah, send us some of your random thoughts or some of the bullshit on the internet. We may talk about it on the show.
It's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts Podcast. Cheers.
Cheers.